Hey everyone, SolarPrimal here. Pokemon Fire Red with only evolutions was a dream come true. Let's try a tough one. Can I beat Pokemon Emerald with only baby Pokemon? This one will very likely be one of the toughest challenges I've ever done on this channel yet. The low stats of a typical baby Pokemon aside, obtaining our team members will prove to be its own hurdle. As for who we will be starting with, I'm going to pick Smoochum. I talked about trying a future challenge with this Pokemon back in our Jinx Only in Fire Red challenge, and this feels like a nice excuse to test things out with Smoochum. Leave your guesses if I could win or not. Half of our team will need to be bred, so it'll delay us a little, and I know full well that over-leveling will be an inevitability. Now, why do I classify as a baby Pokemon? Well, you could just so happen to watch one of my other baby challenge videos to see what fits the bill. The long and short of it is, if Bulbapedia says it's a baby Pokemon, then it's a baby Pokemon. So let's go over the rules. Only baby Pokemon can be used in battle. I can catch other Pokemon for HMs, of course. No glitches or exploits, and no items in battle with the exception of held items. Can we crawl our way to victory? Only one way to find out. Let's do this. Using the universal randomizer, we swap Trico for Smoochum. That way, May picks Torchic, giving us a tougher challenge overall. We nicknamed Smoochum Misskiss. I can't take the credit for that one though. It was the first nickname to pop up online. But it fits for the Kiss Pokemon. Misskiss comes with a careful nature, special defense is up and special attack is down. Not great. As well as the Oblivious ability. Not sure how often this will come up, but maybe it's something. Moving on to our first rival battle. And if this battle was any indication on how this challenge will go, just like a newborn baby, we flail about until we are knocked out by Torchic's scratches. Okay, let's try that without wasting a turn on Lick. And spamming Pound seems to do the trick. Barely. This has only started to get interesting. Case in point, there's a bug catcher in Petalburg Woods with a couple Nicadas that give us a run for our money. It took every tool in our belt to knock out just the first one. But then the second one is able to outlast us and knock out Misskiss. Yeah. So we'll have to dodge this trainer for now. Maybe forever. So let's take on the first gym leader, Roxanne. Her first two Geodudes were handled easily with Powder Snow due to their part ground typing. But then Nosepass arrives and oh boy, this thing can one-shot us down with a single Rock Tomb. Yikes! We fail at this a ton of times. One Rock Tomb and we're done. But we eventually won with a run where we survived one Rock Tomb and Nosepass became frozen. I don't even feel bad. Hey, Nosepass, let it go. That's our first gym badge, done and dusted. Let's have a go at the optional rival battle. But even being a little over levels from Roxanne, Torchic now has Ember. We try for some of our tricks, but Ember prevails in the end. So we try again. We go for Sweet Kiss right away to help us from getting hit. Ember still hits, especially when it crits. And through some incredible luck, Torchic knocks itself out due to confusion. Moving right along, we battle Dufort's gym leader Brawly. It could come to no surprise, but the fighting gym was a simple task for a psychic type Pokemon. It also helped that Brawly never attacked. So that's good. A quick victory for us. That's our second gym badge, done and dusted. Next rival battle on Route 110. Wingull takes a couple Powder Snows to go down. Powder Snow does decent damage on Lombre, and for the first time, Astonish does quite a bit in return. So Misskiss tries for Confusion instead, doing a bit more damage as Astonish keeps chonking away, before the next Confusion knocks out Lombre. Here I'm hoping Confusion can one-shot Combuskin, but it lives a hit with half a double kick to knock us out. So we try again a level later. and this time in better standing against Combustion. It still survives Confusion, but then May goes for Focus Energy instead of attacking. Okay, so the next Confusion knocks it out, ending the battle. Wally blocks our way, so we quickly brush him away with some Powder Snow. Now let's take on Mauville City's gym leader, Watson, with a Cherry Berry equipped. Wink. Voltorb starts a rollout. This could escalate if not dealt with quickly, like how the second one crits. So we try again with the first rollout hitting before Miss Kiss uses Sweet Kiss. That was a tongue twister. Voltorb hurts itself with Confusion, allowing us to get it down to under half. The Confusion is on our side again as we knock out Voltorb. Electrek is hit by Confusion as it howls at us, raising its attack. Electrek then gets a good hit in with a boosted Quick Attack, before our next Confusion knocks it out. And we level up to 27. But that's where our luck ends. We have no effective moves on Magneton. So despite our efforts, we struggle to take Magneton down. Speaking of down, we have some downtime, so I look into Hidden Power. But nope! We can't until we beat Watson so we can use Rock Smash outside of battle to obtain Secret Power to make Hidden Power available to buy. So there's no easy way to say it. We're going to need to level grind. While level grinding, we encounter a female Meryl and nickname her Mama Meryl. We will save this one for later. And then run into a male Merle on the very next encounter. We nickname him Papa Merle, and also store this one in our PC for now. Okay, rematch time with Watson. So after much level grinding, we try again at level 35. Miss Kiss misses Sweet Kiss, becomes paralyzed from Thunder Wave, but then shrugs it off with a Cherry Berry. Yay. A little earlier than I was expecting. Sweet Kiss lands next turn as Magneton hits itself. Powder Snow doesn't do much this time as Thunder Wave sticks. Luckily Magneton's still confused and we hit with another Powder Snow and freeze Magneton. Things are looking good as Miss Kiss hits with Confusion, but Watson still uses Super Potion to heal Magneton. So a few more Confusions later, and Watson heals up again. So again we hit with more batches of Confusion, eventually to knock out Magneton. Might as well just drip water on my forehead while we're at it there, Watson. Manectric uses Howl like an Electrike before it to use Quick Attack next turn for a solid hit. Though this does allow us to hit with Confusion twice, triggering its Citrus Berry. Quick Attack is used again, gain Miss Kiss to red HP before using Confusion on Manectric. So then a Quick Attack knocks us out. So close! Trying again. This time on the turn Howl is used, we use Sweet Kiss, but miss. Manectric uses Howl again, then we're paralyzed this turn. Hiding my anger in the song. Quick Attack hits for massive damage and we're paralyzed again. Okay, doing it again. This time, Sweet Kiss lands. Manectric hurts itself next turn as we hit with Confusion, which is apparently enough to trigger its Citrus Berry, I guess. Manectric snaps out Confusion to strike with Quick Attack as we are paralyzed this turn. We take another Quick Attack before using Sweet Kiss again. But Manectric pushes past the Confusion to hit with a crit Quick Attack. Yeah. So this is just a battle of luck as we combat the paralysis, hope for Confusion to work, and survive a hit from Quick Attack. Through these attempts, I went into a blind haze not knowing when they'll end. Yes, I kept save stating at this point since I knew it would have taken us hours to get back here if I kept trying to hope for Magneton to get frozen again. But hey, on one of these attempts, we managed to crit on a Confusion to knock out Manectric. I think I've gone a touch closer to insanity through this. Guess that would be the very definition of it. That's our third gym badge, done and dusted. Now that we can use Rock Smash outside of battle, we can now progress with the game. Firstly, obtaining Secret Power, we return to Slateport City to pick up TM10 Hidden Power. Now for a quick check to see what Miss Kiss has for hidden power. So we're not very effective against Ralts. Super effective against Gulpin. Making the hidden power Psychic. Yeah, no. We learned Psychic later on anyways. No hidden power for Smoochum this time. Next is our battle against Team Magma's leader, Maxie. Thanks to Watson, Maxie's team doesn't give us too much grief despite Mightyana's bite being super effective. That is until Camerupt enters the scene. Things look promising with Confusion, but Magnitude 7 packs an incredible punch. Maxie heals Camerupt using Super Potion twice, and with our Confusion not quite dealing as much damage as I hoped, we use Sweet Kiss in the hopes that Camerupt would hurt itself, allowing us to finish off this battle in a final Confusion. And that's exactly what we do. Arriving in Lava Ridge Town, we pick up an egg from the spa. Up until this point, this has been really a Smoochum run only in Emerald. So that's good to know for the future. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a rut to run. And after a bit of back and forth, our egg hatches into a Why Not? Yay! We nicknamed Why Not Blinky. Yeah, I'll be honest, I've never ever used a Wobbuffet before, let alone a Why Not. So looking over its stats and moveset, oh boy, abysmal stats, and not a single attacking move. This will be interesting. So after equipping the experience share to Blinky, and much level grinding, we take on the Lava Ridge City Gym leader, Flannery. Nummel is no problem, but yet another Camerupt is here to ruin our fun. Things start out okay with Confusion, taking down nearly half of Camerupt's HP before it uses Sunny Day. Another Confusion is used before Miss Kiss is hit by a powered up Overheat, turning her into ash. Blinky makes her debut, and Flannery heals up Camerupt with a Hyper Potion, making our Mirror Coat fail. So Camerupt hits with another Overheat, that crits. Sunny Day is set up on Nummel's go before going down. Sadly, I then use Blinky as a sacrificial mon to soak up the full force of a boosted Overheat. Miss Kiss uses Powder Snow before receiving an Overheat from Camerupt and survives, just in time for Sunny Day to fade. We hit with another Powder Snow and Camerupt uses Tackle? Okay. So the next Confusion knocks out Camerupt. This still doesn't look good even though we one-shot Slugma with Confusion, as Torkoal lumbers on in. We go for the Sweet Kiss strategy, delaying any damage being done to Miss Kiss. Another Confusion hits as Torkoal hurts itself. The next Confusion doesn't have enough impact to knock out Torkoal, but neither does hitting itself. Naturally, Flannery heals Torkoal right back up and we're stuck having to start this over again. Yet another Confusion hits, and of course, the Confusion status wears off and Miss Kiss is knocked out by Body Slam. So close. So it took getting Miss Kiss all the way to level 45 to learn Psychic. Doing so gets Nummel knocked out in one shot. Camerupt is knocked out in one shot. Slugma is knocked out in one shot. We switch in Blinky, who takes a Body Slam, becoming paralyzed. Blinky tries Charm, but I forgot Torkoal's White Smoke ability, and then gets taken down by Overheat. And apparently White Herbs can negate special attack from being lowered? Torkoal doesn't go down in one shot to Psychic, but it certainly hurt, as we take about the same intensity of damage from Overheat. And after Flannery heals Torkoal up a couple times, we spam Psychic to eventually knock out Torkoal, ending the battle. I repeat, we had to get Smoochum to level 45 to learn Psychic to help us win. That's our 4th gym badge, done and dusted. Next is Petalburg City Gym leader, Norman. His Spinda has no problems outplaying our Blinky by confusing us at the start and forcing us into an encore. Just as I thought my nightmare was over, we get back into Encore. So I don't know why we have such terrible luck, but Blinky goes down. Miscus then wipes out Spinda with a single Psychic. Same goes with Vigoroth. Against Slacking, Psychic only brings it down to half. We get Yawned on, and Slacking eats its Citrus Berry. But by some luck, we crit on the next Psychic to knock out Slacking, and level up to 46. Last up is Lanoon, but the yawn takes effect as Miscus falls asleep. All I can do is hope to wake up before Lanoon knocks us out. That hope fades, however, as Lanoon crits on Facade. Dang. Trying again. This time we don't mess around with Spinda and go for Psychic right away. Blinky attempts to stay relevant by taking Slash and using Counter, nearly knocking out Vigoroth. Norman of course uses a Hyper Potion to heal up Vigoroth as we waste a turn. The next Slash crits to knock out our Blinky. Thanks for playing, I guess. So Miss Kiss does what she does. She misses Sweet Kiss on Slacking the first time and gets yawned at again. So after a whole lot of nothing happens, Miss Kiss eventually wakes up to use Sweet Kiss. But Slacking still uses Yawn. Psychic still does the same damage as Miss Kiss falls asleep, and Slacking heals a bit with his Citrus Berry. Miss Kiss remains asleep this turn, but Slacking hurts itself in confusion, so I guess it balances out. We wake up next turn to use Psychic, nearly knocking out Slacking. Sadly, Norman heals up with Hyper Potion, but the next two Psychics are enough to knock out Slacking. And then, Lanoon is one-shot by Psychic, ending the battle. Sorry to put you to sleep from this battle. That's our 5th gym badge, done and dusted. Now before continuing through Mauville City, we surf over to Route 115 and catch a female Jigglypuff. This is the only area in the game to obtain Jigglypuff, by the way. We simply have to breed it together with another Pokemon from the Fairy Egg group to obtain our new team member, Igglybuff. We nickname Igglybuff Swirly, because it's got the little swirl on its forehead. Swirly comes with a gentle nature, special defense is up, and defense is down. Cute. As well as the cute charm ability. This one has me curious. We'll see how it goes. And truth be told, as I just finished reading that, I realized I never talked about why not, but that's fine. I'm sure it happened on screen or something, I don't know. We get the team leveled up a bit and take on our next rival battle on Route 119. Pelipper uses Protect, only delaying the inevitable, with Psychic knocking it out in one shot. Combuskin is one shot by Psychic. Lombre fakes out, but the following Powder Snow crits to knock out Lombre, and Miss Kiss levels up to 49, ending the battle. So let's take on the Fortree City Gym Leader, Winona. Feeling fairly confident going into this match, with Miss Kiss using Powder Snow to handle Swablu, Sweet Kiss on Skarmory in the hopes of it hitting itself, but the first Steel Wing hits us. But Powder Snow gets a decent hit in as Skarmory does in fact hit itself. We get another hit of Powder Snow in as Skarmory still feels the effects of confusion. Sadly, this puts it in range of being healed up, but we keep trying with Powder Snow. And then Skarmory snaps out confusion, knocking out Miss Kiss. Blinky goes for counter, but since Steel Wing missed, so do we. Blinky takes a crit Steel Wing, allowing our counter to knock out Skarmory. This levels up Swirly to 32 thanks to the experience share. Tropius uses Aerial Ace, but Blinky lives with 2 HP, so counter brings our foe down to half. And then the next Aerial Ace knocks out Blinky. Tropius sets up Sunny Day, and the best Swirly can do is pound. So it's not long before Swirly is knocked out by a few Aerial Aces. So we make a quick stop over at Mauville City Game Corner and teach Miss Kiss Ice Beam. Ice, ice, baby. With the much needed upgrade in hand, we try again. Swablu again is one shot by our ice move. Skarmory is confused by Sweet Kiss. This time, Ice Beam is able to one-shot down Skarmory. And we level up to 51. Tropius is, of course, one-shot by Ice Beam. Pelipper uses Protect, as always, but then is knocked out by a crit Ice Beam. Swirly also levels up to 36. And then, Altaria is one-shot by Ice Beam, ending the battle. Left Winona with Cold Wings? That's our 6th gym badge, done and dusted. Now on our way over to Lilycove City, we stop over to do the following. The Safari Zone. Oh, we need the Pokeblock case from Lilycove. Okay, one sec. Okay, now we can enter the Safari Zone. The plan is to catch at least a female Pikachu, but catching a male won't hurt either. And after breeding them together, we obtain Pichu. We nickname Pichu Pika. Pika comes with an adamant nature. That might be the worst nature to get, but we'll see. As well as the usual static ability. And since we're nearby, we jump into Mount Pyre to progress the game, but also to pick up the Sea Incense. With that, we can now breed the Merrills we caught previously, while one of them is holding the Sea Incense to obtain Azurill. So next up is our battle against Team Magma's leader, Maxie. Again. Mighty Anna's Intimidate doesn't bother us as we one-shot it with Ice Beam. Crobat hits us with Confuse Ray, but it doesn't stop our Ice Beam from one-shotting it down. And Pika levels up to 27. Yay! Gonna be a while. Miskiss snaps out of confusion right away as we hit with Ice Beam on Camerupt, and it uses Amnesia. Maxie heals with a Super Potion, and the Amnesia does help Camerupt survive just a bit longer. Maxie uses another Super Potion, but then the next 2 Psychics bring Camerupt down to a sliver of HP. Miskiss is hit by Rock Slide, nearly getting knocked out, but we pull through to use a final Psychic to knock out Camerupt, ending the battle. Then we arrive at our final rival battle at Lilycove City. But this should come to no surprise at this point. Miskiss is able to take down her entire team with virtual ease. I know Miskiss has effectively carried this entire run so far, but I have concerns going forward. Here's hoping the rest of these babies can pull their own weight soon. We take some time to check out the hidden powers for the rest of the team, speaking of which. And the quick rundown of it is, Pika's hidden power, Electric. Igglybuff's hidden power, Flying, which is not super useful in our case. And Azurill's hidden power is Grass. That one is actually okay. Now, to combat the Mossdeep City gym leaders, Tate and Liza. And we fail horribly. Gonna need a lot of level grinding. FML. A few more levels later and... how does it get worse? I've been trying to get this challenge done before our big move to the new place, but as the days roll on, this is starting to concern me on whether I can complete this challenge before that deadline. And as you may have guessed, I couldn't continue on from this point until after the big move to the new place. Let's see how not playing this game for about 8 months does to my luck. And as you can see, I completely forgot my strategy. I better get reading my notes. Excuse me. So, front and center are Blinky and Miskiss. Ice Beam dispatches Xatu in one shot, giving Blinky a timely level up. Nice. Especially with an Earthquake inbound, but our opening line shrugs it off. This allows Blinky to respond with a huge counter to knock out Claydol. Miskiss lays into Solrock with an Ice Beam before a retaliatory Flamethrower is used to finish her off. Oh wait, I spoke too soon. Though a Psychic from Lunatone onto Blinky does wrap things up for our Blue Bomber. You did good this time, Blinky. Pika Blue Jr. Whoops, I forgot to mention I nicknamed it that. Oh well, moving on. is then sent out as the damage was enough for Solrock to snack on its citrus berry. Knowing how all too well Ice Beam did last time, we use it again to knock out Solrock. As a reward, Mistkiss levels up. But Lunatone cuts our celebration short by finishing off Mistkiss with Psychic. Swirly joins the battle as Peekaboo Jr. uses Surf. You're trying, buddy. Lunatone's Psychic remains problematic, then knocking out Peekaboo Jr. Probably could have leveled her up more before this fight. Oh well, as Pika steps in and Swirly's Shadow Ball chips away at Lunatone. Pika Thunderwaves Lunatone before taking a brutal hit from Psychic. Then Shadow Ball gets Lunatone the red, causing it to use its Citrus Berry. So with a combo attack of Thunderbolt and Shadow Ball, we knock out Lunatone, ending the battle. Wow, I know I've been dumping on Blinky ever since she joined the team, but that counter came in clutch. Finally, that's our 7th gym badge done and dusted. Honestly could have accomplished this a turn sooner if I had used Thunderbolt instead of Thunderwave. Just goes to show you that the right Pokemon in the right place, right time, can make all the difference. Watch me eat those words later. Next we tackle some more double battle action against Team Magma. And considering Peekaboo Jr. is one of my perceived aces, I guess I figured Surf would come in clutch, but Junior has a terrible start. I think she's just happy to be here. Even when we do land Surf, yeah, we got to figure out a way to take care of this mighty Yana because this won't be the last time we encounter this Pokemon. At least at this point, Camerupt is out of the picture so Pika can enter the battle. To be honest though, we wouldn't be doing so well if it weren't for Steven's Metang. Case in point, Pika doesn't last too long. Though I wasn't worried since I know Mistkiss could clean things up from here. I mean, Metang helps too, I guess. Now, I misplay prioritizing going for Golbat instead of Camerupt. Sure, we cover the potential bite, but Earthquake hurts way more. So on our second attempt, we switch things up by sending Mistkiss out right away. I know, but hear me out. Mistkiss isn't affected by Intimidate since she focuses on Special Attack. This allows us to blast Camerupt with Ice Beam that just so happens to crit. The confusion does slow our stride a bit as Wing Attack nearly gets Mistkiss the red HP, but we do squeak in another Ice Beam to knock out Mightyena before Mistkiss is knocked out by another Golbat Wing Attack. As Blinky is sent out, Metang overkills Golbat away. Now what I was anticipating was Camerupt to use Earthquake, just like how Claydol did in our previous gym battle, but not only did that not happen, Swagger confuses Blinky hurting itself. Cool. Blinky here fighting for her life, begging for a physical attack, all the while Metang is Metal Klein Mightyena like a champ. But I will say, well-timed Reflect as Earthquake makes an appearance. I don't think Blinky would have survived otherwise to wham back with another beautiful counter. Of course Crobat had to bench Blinky, but the damage was done. Pulling up the rear is Pika, who nearly doesn't get a turn in with how beefed up Metang had become. Fortunately, Pika still got her time to shine, finishing off the battle with Thunderbolt. While we're here, we managed to finish collecting the parts we need to obtain Shell Bell, and I decided to give it to Blinky as a reward. We'll see what happens. We should get back 1/8 of that back in HP. Sounds good on paper to me. We then dive right into our next battle against Team Aqua's leader, Archie. And it doesn't go well. I'm gonna need to beef up the team a little. As we level grind, we stop over in Pacific Log Town. Yeah, we can easily pick up TM27 Return. Apparently we can pick up one of these once per week, so I'll be coming back here as much as possible before the end of this challenge. Nice. Alright, rematch time. Mightyena is one shot by Ice Beam. Crobat being quicker lands Confuse Ray on us, but Ice Beam still makes it through to knock out Crobats, also leveling us up to 58. Lastly, Sharpedo is one-shot by Thunderbolt. So having a go at the Sootopolis City Gym Leader won. Now admittedly I thought Pichu would carry us to a quick victory, but we don't quite one-shot everything. All in all, we do alright until Celio, where a Thunderbolt isn't enough to knock it out and a single Body Slam paralyzes Pika, causing her to go down after a second Body Slam. So I figured another Body Slam was coming, so I switched to Blinky to use counter. But then we're hit with Aurora Beam instead. Next we're hit with Water Pulse that confuses us, causing our Miracle to miss, with another Aurora Beam finishing off Blinky. Swirly gives Celia a little curious, but despite that, we are hit by Body Slam. Not once, but twice. Out of desperation, I sent out Miskiss to hit with Psychic, but even that was not enough as Celio survives and wipes us out with another Body Slam. And Pikablu Jr. can't do much to prevent this incoming doom. So on our next attempt, of course, we crit on Thunderbolt on Celio. Pika tosses a Thunder Wave at Kingdra, though we still take an Ice Beam. As a parting gift to Kingdra, Pika uses Return with all her might, before the next Ice Beam knocks her out. Miskiss attempts to end this with Psychic, but it doesn't quite get the job done as Kingdra uses Rest. And then they use a Chesto Berry to wake up right away. Great! Kingdra then starts using Double Team. Luckily, Psychic still lands. Rest is used again, but no matter, as we crit on Psychic. Crit to win, babies! That's our 8th and final gym badge, done and dusted. And as per usual, I completely forgot our final encounter with Wally was here. So I was a bit underprepared for this battle. Altaria is one shot by Ice Beam. Delcatty is one shot by Psychic. Magneton gives Swirly a Screech as we return the favor with Sweet Kiss. Shadow Ball does about as much damage as Magneton hurting itself. Taking another Screech, Return surprisingly does more damage despite not being very effective. For no real reason, we switch to Pikablu Jr. and take Tri-Attack, just to take a Thunderbolt, knocking out Pikablu Jr. Way to pad that runtime. Blinky is sent out to take Thunderbolt, clapping back with Miracoat, knocking out Magneton. Rosalia takes Return going under half HP, then uses Leech Seed. Not a bad plan as the next Return isn't enough to knock out Rosalia, but luckily Toxic misses. But as scripted, Wally uses Full Restore, soft resetting the battle. This time Toxic hits, but so does Return. Rinse repeat, but it doesn't go on for long as Rosalia uses Magical Leaf once Swirly's HP was low enough. Probably could've just ended this sooner with Miskiss, but oh well. Pika uses Thunderbolt and paralyzes Gardevoir, but Synchronize also paralyzes us. No matter as Psychic one-shots us down. Why am I happy about that? I guess it's because Pika's sacrifice was not in vain as Miskiss is faster now, and Gardevoir cannot attack thanks to the paralysis. And with a final Ice Beam, we knock out Gardevoir, ending the battle. After a grueling trek to the Pokemon League, we arrive. But given the path ahead, I know for certain we have a lot more work to do. Thus begins my grind. And so, here's our team heading into the Elite Four. And yeah, some of them are very overleveled, but can you blame me? They're babies. Leave your final guesses if we can win or not. I think we'll put up a decent fight, but it'll depend on lots of luck. I don't think we can make it completely through on the first go, if we're being honest. Let's do this. First is Dark Trainer Sydney. We start things off by sending out Pika to soak up the Intimidate. Our first Thunderbolt paralyzes Mayena as it uses Sand Attack. But we are still looking good as the next Thunderbolt hits to finish off Mighty Anna. Miss with Ice Beam easily takes care of Swifttree and Cacturne. We send out Swirly to lay on some confusion to help against Absol's already high attack. But it doesn't pay off yet as the first slash crits are Swirly down. Now we give Blinky a try. But if I'm being honest, Pika or Miskiss couldn't dispatch the Absol on their own. This will be a strategy I implement in later runs, but I was trying to let other team members have their time in the spotlight. We eventually face off Sydney's final Pokemon, Crawdaunt, and sweep it away with Pika's Thunderbolt, ending the battle. Got it on the first try. Next is Ghost Trainer Phoebe. Expectedly, Dusclops uses Protect on its first turn, so we burn a Sweet Kiss. 2 technically due to the pressure ability. Dusclops is feeling cheeky as it goes for another Protect. So the following Shadow Ball hits and doesn't do as much as Dusclops uses Confuse Ray. I suspect another Protect, so we go for Sweet Kiss. No Protect, and we get Dusclops confused back. That's a win this round. Swirly pushes through the confusion and hits with Shadow Ball as Dusclops continues to hit itself. We just need one more Shadow Ball to get through, and Dusclops lives with a sliver of HP. But then it hits itself one more time, knocking itself out. This was her first Pokemon. We keep the Sweet Kiss strategy up with Banette, and so far so good. This allows us to land a decent hit with Shadow Ball. Banette does land Feint Attack next turn, but our Shadow Ball knocks it out. We give Swirly a rest, swapping in Pika to battle Sableye. Thunderbolt does a decent hit and still paralyzes Sableye, holding it in place for a turn. Though our next Thunderbolt delivers Sableye to red HP, I already know what's coming. Phoebe full restores Sableye, so we land a Thunder Wave, seeing as the paralysis helped so much last time. We land a couple more Thunderbolts before Sableye finally gets an attack in with Shadow Ball. And what a Shadow Ball, as it knocks Pika out in one shot. So we give Pika Jr. the easy victory on Sableye. Swirly is sent back out against the second Banette, who doesn't even get to attack as we are down by Facade. We give Blinky a go, but she can't stand up against that Shadow Ball. The dominoes are starting to fall. We give Banette an Ice Beam, but it survives the hit with a Shadow Ball on Miskiss, which is just too much for her. It is up to Pika Jr., but all hope is lost as Phoebe full restores Banette. Not much we can do but wait as Banette swipes out our final Pokemon. That was bound to happen. We're gonna have to gain some levels to help with these near misses. And we fail at this a lot. And with my limited schedule, this challenge drags on for a while. Until eventually, we get a good run. Still knowing Dusclops will go for Protect, we use Shockwave instead to save on power points with Sweet Kiss. Dusclops failing Protect a second time gives us a free turn to hit with Shadow Ball with a bit more impact than last time. Now I didn't predict the next Protect, but that's okay. We try again the following turn, much better. Confuse Ray has me a bit concerned, especially knowing the full restore is coming. And yep, rightfully so. Suspecting another Protect was due, we use Shockwave again. Swirly gets a good hit in with Shadow Ball as Dusclops uses Confuse Ray once more. Rinse repeat like a couple turns ago. This time, Dusclops uses Curse to knock itself out. Again. With Banette, Ice Beam from Miskiss is enough. We go for Psychic on the second Banette, and that is also enough. Second Dusclops in, and we take aim with Shadow Ball once more. I don't have to worry about Protect from this one, but the Earthquake does pack a punch. But Swirly is tougher than she looks and gives Dusclops a Sweet Kiss. I feel that's a good rule of thumb. Confuse the physical attacker. We chip away at Dusclops with more Shadow Ball, and she eventually heals herself with the Citrus Berry. And the next Shadow Ball crits to knock out Dusclops. Same as before, Sableye takes Thunderbolt before using Double Team. Can we land a second Thunderbolt? Yes, we can. And that's the end of the battle. Now for an exciting time with Glacia. Pika nearly one-shots Sealeo with Thunderbolt, but it holds on to set up Hail. This shouldn't be too much trouble. Full Restore is used, and we go for Return this time to avoid that threshold where the AI would use another Full Restore. So as calculated, the next Thunderbolt knocks out Sealeo. Note to self, do that next time if the run fails. Miskiss uses Psychic, and we get hit by Icy Wind, lowering our speed. Luckily, the Hail doesn't bother us anyway. The lower speed means Glalie can use Crunch before us as the second Psychic knocks out Glalie. We switch to Pika on the following Glalie, for some reason, and Thunderbolt does okay. Return seems to do more damage this time, and Glalie misses Ice Beam. We then finish off Glalie with Return. Similar to the first Sealeo, we hit with Thunderbolt, nearly knocking it out again. But then Blizzard is used, 100% accuracy in Hail, and blows us away. Just kidding, the Hail takes us out. Yeah. Swirly to the rescue, as Sealeo is healed back up. Good thing the Sweet Kiss is doing its job, allowing us to hit with Shockwave. Though it only lasts a turn, so Sealeo sets up a new Hail. We keep up with Shockwave, luckily Blizzard missed, until we get Sealeo to red HP. But then it uses Double Edge, I guess out of spite, and knocks itself out. Okay. We keep Swirly out to soften Walrein, or to take a single body slam. Sure, same thing. Miskiss uses Psychic for about half of Walrein's HP as we take a body slam. Now this would have been victory for us if it weren't for the Citrus Berry, because the next Psychic just isn't enough as Miskiss is knocked out by another body slam. Blinky takes an Ice Beam, me mistaking body slam to be used again. Blinky is then knocked out by Surf. Peekaboo Jr. hoping to save the day, gets knocked out by a single Surf. Wow, so close. Oh well, let's try again. And after a bit of leveling up, we're looking a little better approaching Walrein. Surprising no one, Thunderbolt does a very good job. But surprising me, Body Slime misses, allowing the next Thunderbolt to knock out Walrein, ending the battle. Nice. Next is Dragon Trainer Drake. I could have predicted Shelgon's Protect, but I didn't. Same goes for the second one. Third time's a charm? Yay. Now let's see how Ice Beam carries us. Flygon is one shot, and the Salamence outspeeds Miskiss to knock her out in one shot by Rock Slide. So not very fun. Pika gives Salamence a Thunder Wave. Thank goodness that worked. Pika then goes on the offensive with Return. And even with one stage of Double Team under our belt, Rock Slide still hits, dealing massive damage. Our best bet is to just go for more Return. Luckily, Rock Slide misses this time, but the Citrus Berry does trigger. We still gotta try with Return as Pika takes Flamethrower to the face, knocking her out. Ooh, burn. Swirly goes for Sweet Kiss, but misses and is hit by Rock Slide. The second Sweet Kiss lands and the paralysis kicks in. Swirly then hits with a Return of her own to knock out Salamence. Altaria appears to the scene and uses Dragon Breath to finish off Swirly. So our luck takes a turn as I cannot predict a single move from Altaria as it uses Dragon Dance twice. But my third try has Altaria using Double Edge in a true display of the move as Blinky responds with counter for a clean victory. Kingdra then sweeps Blinky and Pika Blue Jr., hardly breaking a sweat. On her next attempt, Pika goes toe-to-toe with Kingdra. It's about the setup with Pika using Thunder Wave and Kingdra using Smokescreen. This causes Thunderbolt to miss next turn, but the Paralysis also has our back. Thunderbolt lands next turn for some decent damage as Kingdra uses Dragon Dance. We get one more Thunderbolt in before getting taken down by Body Slam. I'm not too worried since Miss Kiss is still also kicking by this point, and she comes in using Ice Beam to finish off Kingdra, ending the battle. Whew. Here we are, at the peak of the Pokemon League. Now it is time to face our last battle of this challenge, Champion Wallace. Ooh, I'm nervous. Wailord almost goes down to Thunderbolt, and it responds with Water Spout. So a second one is needed to knock out Wailord. Gyarados is one-shot by Thunderbolt. Miss Kiss uses Ice Beam on Whiscash before taking Earthquake like a champ, giving her a chance to use another Ice Beam to clean up Whiscash. We keep Miss Kiss out to make easy work of Tentacruel. Almost. Maybe Swirly can finish the job? Well, a full restore says no. Time to change our strategy. Tentacruel uses Toxic and Swirly uses Sweet Kiss. Shockingly, Swirly's Shockwave does less damage than Return, but the confusion helps edge that off a bit. The next question is, can Swirly take a Sludge Bomb? The answer is no. I should have went with my gut and used Pika's Thunderbolt, but choices were made. I got no real option at this point to keep Pika out using Return, but that Surf is just too strong on us. And as usual, I get into a tight spot. I cannot predict my way out of a plastic bag. Blinky isn't an awful Pokemon, I just don't utilize her properly at times. There is not much else to do in this attempt, but watch as I take the L. Oh, and we don't talk about Pika Blue Jr. On our fourth attempt at this, Pika uses Thunderbolt, gain decent damage on Ludicolo before getting washed up by Surf. And then, we throw everything at him except the kitchen sink. Blinky does come through with Miracle though. We bear witness to Wallace's final Pokemon, Milotic, who then proceeds to sweep my remaining team. Progress. On our next attempt, we get a lucky Ice Beam on Whiscash by turning it into an Ice Cube. This gives us a second Ice Beam in for free to knock out Whiscash. Having Miss Kiss around for Ludicolo helps greatly, as you can see with the damage output from Psychic, lowering its special defense on top of that. Though the double team could cause us a problem, tensions are high as we use our last Psychic and land it on Ludicolo, knocking it out. Knowing Ice Beam won't be very useful here, we go for Sweet Kiss instead, just before shrugging off Surf. And of course, we crit on Ice Beam next turn. But the confusion damage also triggers Milotic's Citrus Berry. A non-critical Ice Beam hits next turn, as confusion still has us covered. We're down to our last Ice Beam now, but I elect for Pound instead, hoping to avoid the full restore threshold. Just in time for confusion to wear off or Milotic to use Recover. We repeat the process, getting another Sweet Kiss in, but this time, Toxic gets through on Miss Kiss. I don't want to switch into Pika just yet since I know she can't take any hit from Milotic. Last Ice Beam is up and Miss Kiss takes Surf and Toxic. Pound and Confusion team up next turn, but the Toxic is taking its toll. One last pound on Milotic as he uses Surf to finally knock out Miss Kiss. No matter what, it was happening this turn. Can a weakened Pika finish off Miss Kiss's hard work? Apparently not, as we had tipped into the threshold for full restore to be used. This is a shame since Pika's Thunderbolt just doesn't have the same punch. Seeing the end is near, we use Thunder Wave just as Milotic lays an Ice Beam on Pika to knock her out. Swirly gives her best shot with Sweet Kiss, but Milotic uses Recover once more. Return proves to provide even less impact. Thank goodness for confusion. We give Shockwave a go, and it does about the same. And then Milotic recovers again. We stay on top of the Sweet Kiss strategy to help our odds. Swirly gives a return as Milotic misses Toxic. After another return, Milotic snaps out Confusion again to use Recover. Sweet Kiss again, this time Surf is used for massive damage. But Swirly stays in, laying on more return and Confusion damage. Next return hits as Milotic snaps out Confusion again, but this time Paralysis is back. Another Sweet Kiss is laid, but for the last time as Milotic pushes through and uses Ice Beam to knock out Swirly. Don't worry, your work will not go unnoticed. Blinky is up as Confusion wears off again. The Paralysis still holds Milotic at bay, but that does cause Mirror Coat to fail. We just need one more Mirror Coat to land. Recover doesn't help our situation. Toxic is used, so now we're on limited time. Here comes Surf. Can Blinky survive the hit? Yes! Miracle finally triggers, sending the damage back twice as hard, taking out Milotic in a single hit, ending the battle, crowning us the new champion. There we go. 9 months in the making. An odd coincidence for this challenge, but we finally did it. We beat Pokemon Emerald with only baby Pokemon. I wasn't alone either for the end of this. Both my wife and daughter were bear witness to my victory. And my wife even shouted up, "Woo!" when I confirmed Milotic was the final Pokemon to bring down. It has been a rough, emotional 9 months to get this challenge complete. So much has changed in my life over this time, but I wouldn't change it for the world. With that long-winded speech over, it's about time to wrap up this video. Leave your comments down below on future challenges I could possibly do.
Hey, so post-primal here. I just wanted to kind of jump in here. I had something else pre-recorded for this part, but I feel this is a good time to just say I'm gonna be taking a break. It's not a burnout thing, it's just I need to reassess what I can do going forward. This will be the last Pokemon challenge for a good long while. Unfortunately, sorry for those of you that really enjoy these videos. I just need time for me and my family. So if you want to stay up to date, do follow me on whatever social media I have listed. And hopefully I'll try and stay up to date there. Thank you all for your support. Honestly, it's been incredible. I love everything about this, and I hope to be back soon. And it'll be great. Yeah, I'm just very, very tired. So, I love you all. And until then, this is SolarPrimal, signing out, and bye for now.